So here we go, 12 noon in India, 5 p.m. in Adelaide, 5 p.m. in Canberra. Behind Rohit Juglan, it's pretty gloomy still. 6 p.m. inspection is what Rohit has reported. We will go to Rohit first for an update, but Gargi Rao, Devashish Sen, Shomik Chakraborty, and Shubhain will join us soon. The question we are asking pointedly on this show is if the Champions Trophy is moved out of Pakistan because of PCB's obstinacy, will Pakistan host another ICC event in 10 years? Will the ICC want another repeat of this particular fiasco given what is going on in the country? Will they lose trust? Will the board members not want to take a risk once again? We will ask this question of all our guests and, of course, to each one of you, who is watching. Tell us what you think. Rohit Juglan, first to you. Give us the Canberra update and tell us what you think. Will Pakistan, sort of kill its own cricket by being obstinate and not wanting to host the Champions Trophy in a hybrid model? Rohit Juglan.
First, as far Canberra is concerned, yes, the rain has stopped, and it is I think from last 20 to 30 minutes that it is, and it hasn't rained here a bit. The super soppers are on, the groundsmen are on with their work. The umpires did a few chat with the with the ground curator, and I think it's looking like that. They will call Team India. As it was part of routine from past few years that if the hotel is in nearby vicinity, the Indian team will travel back, and when they were about to start, means 1 hour ago or 40 minutes ago, they'll call back Team India. I'm at the very same gate where where we can see the team bus also. Last time around I was standing somewhere else. Now it's not raining here. I'm just standing and right behind me is the exact gate from where the Team India will enter into the stadium premises. So yes, if Team India will arrive at any point of time, we'll definitely update. So yes, there is a possibility 6 p.m. another inspection, but the situation of the ground is not looking in a very good condition. So we have to look at it. We have to take that in notice also that the condition of the ground is not very good. So still looking forward to that 6 p.m. inspection. And yes, if there is a possibility that Indian team is coming, then we can say that in next hour or so Indian team will start playing in this ground. And yes, Anthony Albanese also went away, so he's also not here. Mr. Prime Minister is also not here. He was there at a point of time. I think Indian team bus is coming. Let me just try to give you a visual. I think it is Indian cricket team bus. Look, give it a full frame. Give it a full frame. Please, full frame. Full frame. So this is the team bus. You can see the team bus here. Kale shishe hain, isliye because of the black mirrors you can't see any of them. But now just wait for a second because players, the bus will stand here only.
ठीक है, आप दिखाओ आराम से. Take your time. If the Indian team is coming back, then there is a possibility that we might still have some cricket because it's a day-nighter. Let's just wait and see. I mean, Rohit is right there. So let's just give him a little bit of time and see if the players are coming back. Let's just give it a bit of time.
You can see head fielding coach Mr. T. Dilip is here.
Yeah,
you can see all the the throwdown experts are also here. Mr. Novan is also here. Abhishek Nair is also here. The assistant coach did the press conference yesterday also. Ryan Descarte, Mr. Ryan Descarte is also coming out from the bus. Now, Mr. Upadhyay is also here. Raghu is also here. The media manager is also here.
So the Indian delegation. I mean, some of the guys were there.
Yeah. So
are they here to train? Are they here to practice?
So no one as per players. I think I haven't seen any player.
Okay, let's keep the visual on. A lot of people are saying Rashid Latif Twitter Champions Trophy meeting cancelled today, etc. There was no meeting. Rashid Latif can say anything he wants. There was never any meeting scheduled until and unless the PCB agreed to the terms. Only if the PCB agreed to the terms was there a meeting supposed to be held. That is the reality. So there was no ICC meeting that was convened for today or scheduled for today. Anybody can say anything. The fact of the matter is, yesterday the ICC also confirmed that the meeting would reconvene, in a couple of days or some days. They are trying to figure out a solution. The plan was, if the ICC suggestion of the hybrid model was accepted by the PCB, the meeting would have been reconvened today. At this point in time, that has not been accepted. So the question of any meeting arising has not even remotely been discussed. That is why we are doing this show. That is the PCB killing its own cricket by doing what it is doing. Precisely why we decided to do this show at 12 noon. There was no scheduled ICC board meeting today. Rohit Juglan, back to the question. By doing what it is the PCB obstinacy going to cost Pakistan big time? Take this question. If you can hear me.
Is this for me, Bureda?
Yes, it was for you because I had asked this question when the bus came. So you take it first before I go to the others. Is this obstinacy going to cost Pakistan big time? Rohit Juglan.
Obviously, it's not about security only. Look, it's not about security only. It's not about the kind of reports that are coming from Pakistan as far as the delegations are concerned. The blasts are concerned. Happened recently in Karachi, outside Karachi airport. The kind of political instability, security personnel the killings of security personnel. It's not only about this only. It's about the Rawalpindi Stadium. It's about not completing the Rawalpindi Stadium. It's also about Lahore Stadium will get a completion around January. And after that, it will start all the finishing up, the touches up, and the interior will start after that only. So it's not only about that, Indian team is not going to Pakistan. That's going to, snatch it out from the Pakistan's hand. It's also about the infrastructure they are creating. Are they on any kind of sleep before this? Because it's not like that 6 months before it announced that Pakistan will host the 2025 Champions Trophy. If they have to if they have to build their infrastructure, there was time. What were they doing before that? What were they doing last year January? Why they have started only in September, August? They wanted that we need to build a completely new Lahore stadium. So infrastructure wise they are not ready. They are not ready. They'll be ready, I think, somewhere around a week before or 2 weeks before the tournament. They can easily say this, that, oh, we need just 20 more days, 25 more days. But what my sources are saying, that before December, even the completion of the stadium is not what they are thinking of. After that, they
Rohit,
have simultaneously started on the finishing up work. Then they have
Rohit,
But Rohit,
interiors
deadline
also.
is third.
Rohit,
Rohit,
that's not
deadline.
the main concern. Show me 1 second. The concern
Yeah.
at this point in time is the obstinacy that PCB is showing as far as security and the travel of the Indian team is concerned. If they agree to that, the tournament will still be staged in Pakistan. ICC is willing to wait for a while. It can still be in a hybrid model. All of us have been tracking this story. Shomik, what are you getting? Because this morning, for me, it's a very simple A or B, either hybrid or the tournament is gone. And by doing what the PCB is doing, it is kind of destroying Pakistan cricket itself. Plus, they stand to lose a lot of money. Where do you stand on this, Shomik? Will Pakistan get another tournament in 10 years?
See, just a small update as far as Champions Trophy is concerned. Before coming to this show, I was talking to a former Pakistan cricketer. But before that, I mean, the deadline for this infrastructure thing is 31st December. Pakistan PCB will have to complete it by December 31. Now, before coming to this show, I was talking to a former Pakistan cricketer who is keeping in touch with PCB, and he told me on condition of anonymity that after yesterday's meeting at the ICC, PCB has taken the matter before their foreign ministry, and it is now foreign ministry's call, and they are trying to work out a solution saying that we will accept a hybrid model because there is no other way out. As you have broken the story, we have reported that all other member boards have sided with this, with BCCI, and Pakistan stands isolated in the ICC. So there is no other option. But PCB will bite the bullet. Eventually, they will say okay, we are accepting the hybrid model with a rider that India are not coming to our country. So in the future ICC tournament, we will not go to India. So 2026 T20 World Cup, in any case, will be played in a hybrid model. Pakistan can jolly well play in Sri Lanka.
Shomik, the point is they will want to make the case of the Women's World Cup. They will say that our women will not travel to India in 25 because there is the Women's World Cup in India in 25. So we will not travel. This is the posturing that is going to happen now. I've heard the exact same story. Gargi Raut, where do you stand on this? If Pakistan takes this stand, fair enough. You don't want to come, don't come. That's your problem. But the fact is, at this point in time, they have no other option except to bite the bullet and agree to the hybrid model. You don't want to come and play in India? Your problem. We have absolutely no issues with that. Let the ICC come and tell us, and then we can take a call. I will go to Shubhan on a question specifically on the Jai Shah matter. That is this delay trying to queer the pitch for Jai Shah, who takes over on 5th December. But before that, Gargi Raut, where do you stand?
Again, the same thing that we've been saying for the past weeks, that if there's anyone who is at a disadvantage here, it is PCB. If there's anyone who's going to lose a lot of money, who's going to lose a lot of opportunities, it's again PCB. BCCI have nothing to lose here. If they don't participate in this in the Champions Trophy, literally nothing will happen. Nothing will happen to BCCI. But on the other hand, if BCCI doesn't participate in the Champions Trophy, that means significant implications for PCB, a significant loss of money. If they let go of the hosting rights, once again, there's going to be a significant loss of money. So in every phase, in every option, that PCB has, it's literally set up to their disadvantage. So they really don't have an option right now but to choose a hybrid model. That's the best thing they could do.
Rohit Juglan, if you want to go inside and check what the players are doing, you're welcome to do that. Do
Players
you
are
want to go
not here, I
inside?
think. Players are
No, no,
not
no.
here. Players are
Some
not
of,
here.
some of the
Okay.
players are there inside. Some of the players are there
But not
inside, but
by
they are not on
country.
the ground. They are not on the ground. So there's
Okay, so if
nothing,
you at
nothing,
any
nothing
point
up.
in
Yeah.
time, just to let you know, at any point in time, if you want to go inside and check and report back, just let us know and leave. Don't no issues.
Sure,
Shubhan,
sure.
coming to you, straight question: is this targeted at Jai Shah? Had it been an Australian or a Kiwi or an Englishman taking over as ICC chairman, would PCB have done the same? Is this an opportunity they are trying to use to create a problem for India, more because Jai Shah is the son of the Indian Home Minister?
I just came across a video on YouTube by a YouTuber, Pakistani YouTuber who works for Babar Bachao News, and Rohit and I have given this name Babar Bachao News, and he was saying the exact thing. Why जैसा क्यों डर रहे हैं, जैसा क्यों पोस्ट से भाग रहे हैं, जैसा क्यों नहीं चार्ज लेते आईसीसी का. अरे, the thing is they have to know that Jaisha's term will start from December 1st, and he will officially overtake that position from December 5th. That is the date that has been told to us, that from December 5th onwards, Jaisha will officially be the ICC chairman. And before that, how can he start his term before the start of the date? And it's just silly from there. And what the Pakistani YouTubers are trying to do, and it's bizarre. It's bizarre. It's laughable. And coming to Jaisha, it's very clear that there's, yes, geopolitical disturbance, etc., etc. Amit Shah is the home minister. Jaisha is his son, but Jaisha is here as BCCI president. He has worked extensively for Gujarat Cricket Association in the past. He has climbed up the ladders and has done the job in the lower ladders to be the BCCI secretary. So he has done his job, and this is just because of the fact that he's Amit Shah's son, and that is why Pakistan Cricket Board, or whether the orders are coming from upstairs, from the Pakistani government or Pakistani army, who generally run the entire country. That we have to make life hard for Jai Shah, and make him sweat, make life hard for Amit Shah, make him sweat, make life hard for Indian government. And but as everyone was saying, I can't see Pakistan not agreeing to a hybrid model or pull out of the Champions Trophy completely, because number one, that will bring in financial implication. Yes, Pakistan Cricket Board has already taken a tremendous amount of loan, around 50-60 million, for the completion, for the redevelopment of the stadiums. plus the hosting arrangements. It has already begun. It has already begun the operational thing where they have multiple times they have hosted ICC delegation, and that comes at at a cost. It is not free. It is not free. So you are spending money. You are traveling. Mohsin Naqvi is traveling everywhere on the from the money of the PCB. So the PCB is spending money. The PCB has already taken a huge amount of loan for their stadiums, and if they pull out, ICC will simply pull up a sanction against them, and that will be in millions of dollars, which I don't think Pakistan Cricket Board has the ability to pay upfront. They will have to go and beg to other countries and ask for money then.
Devashish Sen, where do you stand? Is this an attempt to spite India and doing so lose their whole bearing and not host a tournament in 10 years? Because ICC boardrooms, they will have no support. Whatever they might say, we have 2 votes, they have 0 votes. And I can tell you this, if India stands at this point in time,
Someone
everybody
someone
is
wrote
aligned with India.
someone wrote today
Someone
on
said Sri
Twitter
Lanka.
that
Sri Lanka.
someone wrote England, Sri Lanka, and I think West Indies, if I'm not wrong. I think three countries he wrote. By the way, England Cricket Board will not send their players to Pakistan Super League
Pakistan for
from
the
next
PSL.
season on.
Correct.
Yes, from
Correct.
from next season onwards, because it is clashing with their domestic season, and they want to revive their T20 Blast and Vitality Blast and their 50 over 20 over domestic tournaments. And if you ask any sane person whether the ECB will be on the side of BCCI or PCB, they will give you an answer.
Well,
You don't need to be an expert for that.
let me actually answer that in a more,
And Bangladesh,
there, there are other
England, Sri
realities.
Lanka.
The BCCI, or rather Indian billionaires, are the ones investing in English teams, which will revive
Yeah,
their domestic structure. So it is in
yes,
the interest of England Cricket Board to back India. Sanjeev Goenka, Mukesh Ambani, Indian billionaires have all put in bids to buy teams in the 100. And the 100 will only take off with this money. That's
right.
the process is going on as we speak. So clearly there is a direct distinction between ECB and the BCCI. So the question
Sri Lanka
of
is not
BCCI was
qualified for the Champions Trophy, by the way.
correct. Sri Lanka has not even qualified. ECB and BCCI proximity is well known. West Indies and Indian cricket proximity is well known. I can say this comfortably. They have no votes. Devashish Sen, where do you stand? Where do you see Pakistan cricket going? Will they bite the bullet and say hybrid and posture that we will not go to India for the Women's World Cup? Or do you see Pakistan Cricket Board giving up on the Champions Trophy?
I think now clearly it's a issue of ego with Pakistan Cricket Board. So I think they are really adamant, and in trying to be adamant, they might lose its face in ICC, and by losing its face, they might go 10 steps backwards in trying to compete with other top level, because they would be cornered if they don't participate. If they don't host the Champions Trophy in a hybrid model, they will be cornered by all the cricket playing nations, which is likely going to happen, and their cricket will be taking up the steps backward. So if the PCB officials are still wise enough, if they use common sense, they will accept this hybrid model and take it from there, because the hosting rights are still with Pakistan. All the ICC is telling them is to accept the hybrid model and host the Champions Trophy. It's that only the India matches be played in a neutral venue. That's it. Now, if the PCB is adamant, if they are cornered by the ICC and other cricket playing boards, their cricket will go 10 steps backwards financially, as well as they won't be allowed to participate. So where are they heading? Means it is really really baffling, because if your country's cricket is being dictated by the finance ministry, then PCB officials should rather be at home. So
By the
you
by
cannot.
the way, the hybrid
You,
model is such a success, Devashish, that India and Pakistan are currently playing in Youth Asia Cup in Dubai. They are currently on the field playing, although Pakistan are hammering us 200 run partnership, unbeaten partnership, but still the fact is that they are on the field in a neutral country in Dubai. So why can't we
And
again replicate it for
exactly.
the senior team?
And by the way, Najam Sethi took so much credit for the hybrid model. That is the point. But they were claiming so much credit for the hybrid model. Jamil Khan is abusing us continuously. Why? नॉनसेंस बोल रहे हो, एटलीस्ट नॉनसेंस का स्पेलिंग तो सीख लो. नॉनसेंस का स्पेलिंग SEN SE होता है यार. तेरे को इंग्लिश अगर नहीं पता तो क्यों बोलना चाहता है? बोल दे नहीं पता, अनपढ़ है, गवार है, जानते हैं, छोड़ दे. Rohit Juglan, where do we stand on this now? Does Pakistan get a tournament in the next 10 years, or will ICC not go back to them?
I think till 2031, 32, they, in the FTP, which is already announced, there's nothing for Pakistan already, as far as the men's ICC tournaments are concerned. And post this, as I was, earlier also saying this, that, be it infrastructure, be it security, be it the way, they are concluding this, still what I'm getting is that there is a meeting, there's multiple rounds of meeting going on between Mohsin Naqvi, Salman Nasir, the former CEO, and Syed Sumer, the new CEO. They are having a multiple round of negotiations, and they are talking on two things. Either we have to agree on the hybrid model, but just after agreeing on the hybrid model, can we take this that, final in Lahore, irrespective of finalists? If it's India versus Pakistan, then also they are trying that let's push this. That's the last thing which Pakistan is pushing now. That India versus Pakistan. If it's India in the final, forget about Pakistan in the final. If it's India in the final, it could be on Lahore. That's their last bargaining. As far as what the Pakistani sources are saying.
This is breaking news. Rohit, come again. This is breaking news. What you are saying, come again and sum it up, and I'll go to Shovik.
Yeah. So the fresh update is that they are having a multiple rounds of meeting with Mohsin Naqvi having meeting with Salman Nasir, former CEO, and Syed Sumer, the new CEO. They are bargaining on the very last point that now it's going from us. We are not in any stage where we can take it towards us. Now they are only discussing on whether we can bargain on this, that final in Lahore, irrespective of the finalists. If India is in final, can we bargain this, that let's push this forward and take this into the ICC meeting? That just give us the final. If India will be in final, let's put Lahore on the cards. Lahore will, because now what's happening right now is Dubai is the final, the venue for the final game. And if India is not in the final, then they can shift it to Lahore. But currently they are bargaining on this. They are trying to bargain. And there's one more. There's one more report that some of them are claiming that Jai Shah is one-on-one communication, is Mohsin Naqvi is having a round of communication with Jai Shah on a one-on-one capacity. That's what Pakistani media is saying. That's not verified by me. That's said by Pakistan. That's said by Pakistani media that Mohsin Naqvi is trying to have a one-on-one word with Mr. Jai Shah. Obviously, the new ICC chairman will take charge on 5th. But there they are saying that there is a possibility of a one-on-one communication. As I'm saying, I am not verifying this, but this is said by the Pakistani media. I don't know how much truth is into this, but yes, Pakistani media is claiming that Mohsin Naqvi is having a one-on-one, multiple
Okay.
round of conversations with Mr. Jaisha.
Shomik, where do you stand on this? Based on this recent, or what Rohit is saying coming out of the Pakistani media, is there any news on this? Will Pakistan put Lahore on the thing as the final? And is it like a child asking for one more candy from the mother? Is it becoming like that? I mean, this is not a joke. This is an international tournament with security concerns. The Indian Foreign Ministry is on record. What do you mean? Give us the final, and the Indian team comes and plays the final. You don't go. You don't go. So Shobhit Chakraborty, where do you stand here?
So that is not never going to happen. The final in Lahore, irrespective of whoever qualifies for it, it is never going to happen. You have to put out a schedule well in advance, and you cannot keep the venue for the final floating. And in that case, I mean, BCCI's communication to ICC is very, very clear, saying that we will not travel to Pakistan. We'll play our matches in a second country. BCCI mentioned Dubai, but it is up to the ICC to decide the second country. So, irrespective of whether it is final, if India qualify for the final, even Pakistan Cricket Board, don't know whether there was a one-on-one between Jaisha and Mohsin Naqvi, but some back channel negotiations happened between the two boards, and therein a proposal was put forward by the PCB saying that you don't even come to Pakistan. You can stay put in Chandigarh or Amritsar. You can take a charter flight to the venue. All your matches would be in Lahore. all your matches, which is very close by from Amritsar. You can come, and on the evening of the game, after the game is ended, you can return to Amritsar or Chandigarh. So Indian Cricket Board said, no, that is not happening. You cannot. This is an international event. This is not a para event. You cannot. I mean, logistics cannot be done in that way. So, irrespective of what, I mean, whoever qualifies for the final, Lahore, you have to have one semi-final in a second country and the final in a second country, apart from India's group league matches. And I mean, this there is no other option. It is a take it or leave it situation for Pakistan Cricket Board. If they take it, if they accede to the hybrid model, fine. I mean, they can sugarcoat it the way Najam said he had sugarcoated last year. They can sugarcoat it, else they will lose the tournament.
Someone says, as an Indian, I still think Indian YouTubers, including you people, are going to be exposed after this Champions Trophy issue. Where is India and Pakistani coming in here? We are not doing this show as Indians, we are doing this show as journalists. Whether you think or not think, how does it even matter? It doesn't matter. You are giving an opinion. Fair enough. Gargi, question that we are asking is, what does this do for Pakistan cricket? Because clearly you are defending champions, you don't play, the tournament moves away. What does this do for Pakistan cricket, Pakistan players? There's not a single tournament in the next 10 years. For a whole decade there is nothing in Pakistan. They've not hosted anything for 24 years, which means another 10. For 34 years there'll be no tournament in that country. Where does Pakistan cricket go from there, Gargi Rao?
I think Pakistan is letting go of an incredible opportunity just because they want things to go their way, which will not happen because this is much more than cricket. This is about the security of the team. This is about geopolitical issues. This is about political issues and tensions. So sometimes people talk about not interfering or not mixing religion, no, politics with sports, but in this case it has to. In this case it has to because it's about security of the team. And the Indian cricket team is India's biggest, possibly the biggest stars that India could have produced. And if they go on and play in Pakistan, and God forbid something happens, that will be the biggest sort of message that the bad people can send out there. But again, this is about Pakistan losing out on an opportunity. Like you said, they haven't hosted anything. They won't be hosting anything after this. So uh, I mean, it's about Pakistan being childish, I think, at this point.
Gargi,
Shubham,
dollar
there is a
70
tweet.
million is at stake. $70 million is at stake. And Pakistan board, for a cricket board like Pakistan, it is a huge amount of money.
Yeah, 1400 crores or more than that. Come on, that is not a joke for anybody. Shubhan, there is this Rashid Latif tweet I clarified at the start, but do it again. The meeting was contingent on the fact that the PCB agrees to the hybrid model. Otherwise, there was no meeting today. Never a meeting
Right.
formally was on the agenda. Why don't you clarify that, Shubhan? Because a lot of people who joined the debate late is asking about the Rashid Latif tweet.
So it was always on the cards, and we did say yesterday also that there will only be a meeting if the PCB says okay, we are ready to negotiate on the hybrid model and take things forward with other board members also. Otherwise, there is no point sitting again and discussing the same point again and again in a virtual meeting, because these all representatives, they have other work to do as well. Although some of them are in Dubai, some of them have joined virtually. Even those who are in Dubai are joining virtually because everyone is there in the Zoom link, or I don't know which platform they use, but it is virtually. So if Pakistan is going to play hardball in the next coming hours, then it will remain the same. There will be no meeting whatsoever. If they, as soon as they say okay, we are okay in negotiating the entire thing, then all of the board representatives will sit and discuss that how to proceed with things, and the scheduling and other stuff, and the voting. I don't think there's any voting to be done, because it is all now on PCB. If they say yes, we are okay with the hybrid model, then the tournament will proceed. If they say no, then the ICC after a couple of days will have to take a final call and say okay, we are proceeding without uh, without the Pakistan Cricket Board, without the Pakistan cricket team, and this is what we have decided. Maybe Sri Lanka or West Indies, either of them will replace Pakistan in case Pakistan pull out of the Champions Trophy.
Uh, Berlin, whatever, that same guy, Boria sir, watching you from childhood. I just have one question. First, we were saying we won't play in Pakistan because they sponsor terrorism, but they are about to make money hybrid. There's the question I couldn't understand. So if you
He's
phrase
saying
your question
he's
properly,
going to they are going to mint some money, print some money from this Champions Trophy, even if it is in hybrid model.
yeah, let them make money. How does it matter? It's not about money. Pakistan can be given more money by the ICC, but the fact of the matter is whether there is a security concern. Yes, there is. And you've been watching since childhood. Thank you very much. Clearly, you've seen merit. That's why you're watching. So I hope you don't abuse and be rational and objective. That's it. Match update. There is no match. Rohit Juglan is wearing a poncho. But you can still see him. He's wearing a raincoat. There's no match. The moment there is a match, we would have given you the update. Ashutosh Bajpai, sport always mixed with politics. What is this? Sport always mixed with politics. Berlin 36, Russia banned all sporting forums. Only a problem when India takes a stand. Devashish Sen, spot on. Why? Sport and politics are the closest bedfellows. The moment you sing the national anthem with hand on heart on the sports field, you're making a political statement. I teach this to my students all around the world. Anyone who says sports and politics do not mix is a big liar. Devashish Sen, where do you stand on that?
Yeah, absolutely. If you look at particularly the sports administrators in the subcontinent, most of them are politicians. And it is not the case with only cricket here in India. It is with most of the sporting disciplines. And so, but then this is one area which needs to be looked at. In someone like you need to have more and more sports stars into the administration. That will only help the game developments. Obviously, clearly, when I'm not taking any names or I'm not supporting anyone, but it always helps when you have a sports person in the administrative role, because he will be a better judge, and will be rational in taking decisions. Not the case with the politicians who all of a sudden, as is the case, means we see what is happening with PCB. Clearly, the administrators that is running the PCB have no idea, means obviously whatsoever, and there is clearly a lack of common sense. Means and they are clearly influenced by the government and the politicians. So that herein lies the biggest problem. Means, as far as I am concerned, means I would rather love to see the decision, such a decision where the cricket matters is concerned. Means a Champions Trophy, Pakistan hosting a Champions Trophy after almost 24 years, hosting an ICC event. Sorry, hosting an ICC event after 24 years, and it might soon go away. Then you are left with nothing. When a next ICC event comes, whether you get an opportunity to host an event, it is all about hosting the event in a hybrid model. You
Okay.
agree with that? You agree with that? You have the hosting rights.
Gargi, there's a question for you. Gargi, you're telling your tennis team and other players have no security concerns in Park. This is double standards. It's about high value targets. Where do you get maximum value? You create a flutter and you create a global chaos. You create global catastrophe by doing what you do against the Indian cricket team. An Indian people to people contact. Pakistani journalists are our friends. Shahid Hashmi comes on our show. We are best friends. A lot of Pakistani players are very close to us. It is about where choices are made about terrorism. But Gargi, addressed to you, so why don't you take it?
I'm sorry, but I'm an advocate of watching all sports and supporting all sports, but you have to look at the pragmatic side. All sports are not equal in India. Cricket is the biggest sport in India, and the cricket team is the biggest superstars that you can find. And if something happens, that will be the biggest message that the terrorists can send, that we've done this to your cricket team. So what that it's and when you talk about the cricket team or India, Pakistan, whatever, this is very different compared to all the other countries that are participating. India, Pakistan is you. I don't have to tell you what it is. This is basic. This is basic stuff. You don't. Not every sport is treated equally in our country, and especially not the team. So this is the kind of attention that neither the government nor the BCCI would want to have. So yeah, Shomik.
No,
Before
no.
Shomit, you answer that, one second. Who is Shubhan? A lot of people are saying Vikrant Gupta has been abused by some Mohsin Ali. Who is Mohsin Ali? I don't know.
Right,
But
Joker. See, I'll tell you one thing. They
my,
take
my, my
Vikrant.
only suggestion, Shubhan,
Huh,
is Vikrant is a friend of mine, and
right.
he's a senior journalist. He has his problems. He has his strong points. He's a decent enough journalist. My only suggestion here is to Vikrant: don't engage with idiots.
Right.
They're not worth engaging. Who is Mohsin Ali? I don't know because I don't watch such rubbish. But the fact of the matter is, if Vikrant has engaged, he should not engage with absolute filth. But Shubhan, kindly answer this.
They take Vicky Paji's name because they know that that is where the views will come from. It is similarly like they keep on talking about, they keep on abusing their own cricket team, their own players, and they keep praising Virat Kohli and the Indian cricket team because they know where the views will come from. So it is similarly the case with Vicky Paji as well. And as you rightly said, he should not engage. And if someone is abusing, someone is using filthy language, like I can't even say 1% of that language. Devashita was saying, checking that
I
video
was saying,
today.
I watched it as well. I
Yeah,
watched it
today
as well.
morning.
I give Vikrant the call. I've not spoken
But
to him for ages,
we
but
we
I'll
need to
call
take
him and tell him.
a strong. Whether we need to take a strong standpoint. Means this is not done. Means
No, my
obviously
standpoint is very simple. No,
A Pakistani YouTuber cursing and using slang languages to our media correspondent is not done absolutely.
Devashish, one second. You take a stand against terrorism. What is your stand? The stand is we will not travel. The stand is terrorism is the worst curse on the face of this earth. Now, the fact of the matter is that is a stand. It's an ethical, rational, objective stand. Here, you are talking about people openly cursing parentage. I've faced it. I've faced it. I know how it feels. My only suggestion to Vikrant would be just ignore and do not engage with such filth. They are not even worth toilet paper. That's what it is. Flush them off. Vikrant is a senior enough journalist. That's what it should be. There should be a differentiation, right, between a journalist and a joker. That's what it is. Vikrant is a journalist, this guy is a joker. There should be a differentiation between a journalist and a joker, and we should abide by that. Shomik Chakraborty,
and
you
these
were making
and
the
these
point.
are the same people who used to call him on the show just to get the numbers.
This
And
numbers thing is
Any ICC events, these people will be the first one to get Wiki Par for a show or for a chat. Means clearly to get the numbers, and now they are cursing, using slang, and this is not done. Absolutely not done.
Shomik, your point.
See, I will go back to the one previous question. I keep continuing hearing that seal, the darkest line that, and even the Pakistan people from Pakistan Cricket Board are saying this. Don't mix sports with politics. I mean, that is the darkest line. Sports is part of society. You cannot take it in isolation, right?
Their
I mean,
interior minister is their chairman,
when
board chairman.
when South Africa was banned from international sport, Graham Pollock was not a racist. Barry Richards was not a racist, but their government was racist. When the American bloc boycotted 1980 Olympics, I mean condemning Leonard Brezhnev's Iron Curtain, and it was the height of Cold War. That was pure politics. So you cannot take sports in isolation. So don't mix sports with politics is the darkest line that we will keep continue to hear. And so, and this is, I mean, sports and politics are intertwined because both are part of society. So simple as that. And about this thing, Vikrant getting abused and all. I mean, Vikrant is a friend, and I will just, as you said, just ignore them, just flush it down to gutters.
Yeah, having said that, a couple of questions were there about us being rivals, etc. Folks, we are Indians, we are journalists, we respect each other, we will always have ethics as paramount. Vikrant can be whatever rival, etc. He's a brother. For 9 years, we have worked together, and I know he's a sincere enough journalist and always will be. There is no two ways about it. He earns his money by doing hard earned work, just like Rohit, Devashish, Shubhan, Shomik, Gargi, and I do. So whatever there is mutual respect. Even when I launched Band, I gave him a call and I said, read the book because I felt let down by you. That's what it is, because there will always be mutual respect. So let's not even get down those lines of anything else. Last few minutes on the show, let's take a few more questions. Pak just want the tantrum to get some chips under the table. They are just fooling their awam to show we tried. Rohit Juglan, take that. They're fooling their awam to show we tried. Without Pak, Champions Trophy can happen, but definitely not without India.
Obviously, yes, yes.
And
It's
also,
a
has the rain
it's
stopped? Someone's asking, has the rain stopped?
Yes, rain was, as I mentioned earlier in the chat at the very start, that it's not raining from last 40 minutes, 40, 50 minutes, it's not raining. And as we also shown you at the very start, that some of the few support staff of the Indian players were, some of the support staff of the Indian team was also here. So yes, there could be a possibility. We are still waiting for that. What happened at the 6 p.m. inspection, still not getting any clarity that whether it's a 7 p.m. inspection now, or they have given any kind of update on that. When can we expect a start of the game? But yes, as far as the buses are concerned, they are here. The players are inside. Few players are inside and few in hotel. So the rain has stopped completely. But yes, to this question, absolutely. Without India, there's nothing in this tournament. As for ICC, for the broadcasters, for the sponsors, what anyone can earn if you just take out India from it. So I think it's very clear that no, Park is not just showing tantrums. They want to. So 6:30 there will be another inspection. 6:30. So now it's not a 1 hour window. It's a half an hour window. From 6 it comes to 6:30. So there could be a possibility that around 7 or 7:30 we can see a possible start. Still not saying anything officially, but yes, if they have already inspection done at 6 and they are again coming at 6:30, then there could be a possibility that they are seeing something around 7 or 7:30 ish after 1 or 1.5 hours. So just giving you the update as per the inspection what happened there. But and as I mentioned earlier also, some support staff members were already here and they've been earlier communicated. I think that there could be a possibility that game could start around 1.5 hours. That's why they were there. So yes, as per inspection, and yes, as I rightly said that in this particular answering to this particular question, that they are not showing tantrums. They are trying their best to just do to take out something from this this Champions Trophy. What I'm also getting right now is they have given a 24 to 48 hours window, Buryada. I'm not saying this with very much surety, but there could be a possibility that meeting won't happen today also. There is a possibility that this meeting can be delayed because they have given what I came to know. There are some of the members are going right now. There are very few members of the Indian cricket team. Means the support staff team, the throwdown experts and the security manager. They just went inside the bus. But as I was telling about the Pakistan news, what I'm getting right now is that last night they have discussed that there is a 24 to 40 hours window, and they are not very sure that the meeting will happen today also. So there is a possibility. You can see, you can see the support staff right behind me. Mr. Abhishek Nair is going. So there you can see the assistant coach is also going. So we are not speculating anything right now as per this game. This game is concerned. Let me have a word with the officials here, and then I'll come back and definitely tell you that what's going. Where is the game going? Can we expect a game start around 7 or 7:30, or after that also? So just give me a moment, Buryada. I'm joining again.
Please. Closing comments as Rohit goes and gives us that update. We'll close the show with that. But yes, the England Cricket Board, somebody is asking, England Cricket Board has decided not to send its players to PSL. That is because they want to strengthen their domestic competition. No other reason. They want to strengthen their domestic competition. They'll only play the IPL. That's the update that we are getting. They'll only play the IPL. So to close, let me start with Gargi. Do you see a solution in the next 24 to 48 hours? Because we do need a solution either way, either in Pakistan, outside of Pakistan, hybrid model, or tournament goes away. Do you see a solution? Do you see PCB biting the bullet, being diplomatic and rational, or do you see politics taking over and the tournament going away, saying, "Oh, look, we stood up against India"? Stupidity, bravado, or what do you see, Gandhi?
No, clearly, politics is, taking a part in this conversation. There's the decisions and the statements that PCB is releasing. Clearly, you can tell that there's some political, motive behind the decisions that are being taken. The resistance that is being shown by PCB to accept the hybrid model, even though I think
भाई
they
बार 15 तो हो ही चुके हैं अब क्या खेलेंगे इस पे
oh, it's
Just
Rohit.
mute, just mute him,
Yeah.
just mute him.
Even though
so no game tomorrow so no game today no game today it's all over
Officially called off?
today it's all over
Officially called off?
officially still waiting but the related persons told us that no chance.
all right, you're on mute.
Carry on, Gargi, carry on.
Yes, so what was I saying? Yes, that the motives, there seems to be political motives behind all the statements and everything that's coming from PCB, and especially the resistance that is coming to accept the hybrid model. Even though last time around hybrid model happened, they were pretty proud of that model. They were pretty proud of inventing the model. So deep down, I think they know that hybrid model is their only option. But somewhere or the other, there are some political motives behind it, and they will, I don't think they will accept it that easily. They'll want to have their way and show them that that they're not going to bow down in front of India. I think that's the main motive here.
Shomik?
They will have to bite the bullet. There's no other way. I mean, as we already said, dollar for $70 million is at stake, and for a cricket board like Pakistan, it's a hell lot of money. Number one, and now that the matter has been taken to taken before their foreign ministry, and they are talking about, I mean, tit for tat measure, like will not go to India. I think that is the last resort, and they will say we have agreed to a hybrid model on our own terms. So that would be a face saving exercise, but they don't have any other option but to accept a hybrid model, because when you stand completely isolated in the ICC, and if you go to this, if you go on voting on this, you will lose 7-1. In the sense, if you go to a bigger pool with all the full member boards and others, you will lose this also handsomely. So, in that case, and see the whole irony. I mean, they are talking about, just a few days ago, Mohsin Naqvi went to meet the England Cricket Board top brass. And in 4 or 5 days, England Cricket Board's response was that we are banning our players from playing in the PSL. So see the whole irony. Um, I mean, it's about uh, no cricket board in their senses will go against the BCCI. And that is what
Yeah,
is
and,
the
and that
reality.
is a fact, Shubhan. So closing comments on that. When Jai won the ICC chairmanship, it was uncontested. There was no one who was standing against Jai. Is that not indication enough of India's clout within the ICC framework? Shubhan, your closing words.
I think Boria, the PCB will try to drag it as far as possible, as much as possible, till Jai Shah officially takes over as ICC chairman. I think that is their motive right now. That let Jai Shah take over and let him take the call rather than the current chair executive board do the official needful. But I think this matter will be solved before Jaisha takes over. I think this current chairmanship and the current board will decide on the fate of the Champions Trophy, and I think it will be solved in the next 48 hours 72 hours before Shah takes over as ICC chairman.
Yeah, I thought Greg Barclay should have chaired the meeting yesterday and not let
Yeah,
not let Imran Khwaja, and he should have taken the bull by the horn and left his imprint saying, as ICC chairman, this is my call. Anyway, Devashish, then your final thoughts.
No, I also go by what Sumita said. They will have to accept the hybrid model, but given that if they don't accept the amount of backlash they will be receiving from their own fans, and, and 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 given that they will be isolated from the world of cricket, so I don't see if they will be accepting the hybrid model, saying that they have accepted it on their own terms. So I clearly see the Pakistan Cricket Board accepting the hybrid model.
Berlin fellows again saying, I have said in the past that in India shouldn't go because they sponsor terrorism. That's exactly what I'm saying still now. That Pakistan harbors terrorists, they sponsor terrorism. It's not a country that one should go to. I'm not saying anything different at all. So it's nothing more but safety and security. Rohit Juglan, last words.
On Pakistan, Buryada? Sorry, can't able to. Not able to hear you, Buryada. Not able to hear you.
I'm saying any possibility, any weather update for tomorrow, what it is like, because clearly no play today, and also on Pakistan, because no play means India will have a bit of an issue because no game time. This was an official game. It's only practice that the Indian team will get. That is not ideal ahead of the pink ball test. Rohit.
So tomorrow, Buryada, as per the game, you can see the team bus is now leaving from the stadium. But I think tomorrow, yes, it's a little clear. I cannot say that it will be a full game tomorrow. But yes, it's much better as compared to today. It will be much better. There is a possibility that we can see Indian team, getting something from there, either with the ball or with the bat. So there is a possibility that there will be some game, but I'll update tomorrow also. I'll update tomorrow in the morning also that what we are witnessing here as far as the weather is concerned. And on Pakistan, obviously, there as I was mentioning earlier, that's still not very clear that today they'll have a meeting, or tomorrow there might be a possibility also that tomorrow they'll have a meeting, because still now I'm constantly asking the Pakistani sources that what they are thinking, what the Pakistan Cricket Board is thinking, and what they are telling me is there are still discussions on. So what the time they have told us is obviously about 2:30 UAE time. So that's not too far from here, but still they all are discussing. So there is a possibility that it can happen tomorrow also. And whatever will be the case, it's a very tough phase for Pakistan Cricket Board, and I don't think that they'll get anything before 2034 or 25. So they'll have to wait for long. Whatever they've did, as far as infrastructure, security point of view, the way they are constantly adamant about this, after each and every member of the ICC is saying that hybrid model is okay for all of us. It's also about the financial things also, which Pakistan have to take care of, but they are adamant on this, and that's what I think, which doesn't go well with ICC or with the other member boards. So yes, Buryada,
Okay,
that's how I'll sign up this.
let's end this here. At 5 p.m., I will ask my two people in Adelaide, Shubhan and Devashish, to tell us why is Australia wanting a closed door practice. They were smirking at India, saying, you're putting black curtains and all this and all of the drama. Is Australia going to advocate closed door practice with accredited media not present? Or what is going on? We will tackle that question at 5 p.m. Is there panic in the Australian ranks? Is there some kind of uncomfortable whatever in the Australian ranks? I will ask our correspondents in Adelaide. But for the moment, and we will track this Champions Trophy story as closely as possible. All of us will be on this story. But what we are getting, either hybrid or nothing, and the PCB, will it damage its own sport? Will it damage its own cricket? Will it damage its own cricketers by trying to take this hard stand and by trying this false bravado against India? The jury is out. The jury is out on this one, ladies and gentlemen. Do you want to be brave and be stupid, or do you want to be prudent and be rational? For the moment, that's all we have. Thank you very much for watching.